Star Quilt Company for doing this for us. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Just for all of this. And then Caldwell County Arts has sponsored this show and the sets that you're going to see pretty soon, and they are pretty awesome this year, I gotta admit. And our guy BJ did them, and so shake his hand after him, tell him how he was so good. Hey BJ! Oh, now definitely, we have to turn our phones either off or on vibrate because our microphones, go through some kind of radio thing. And you don't want your Aunt Martha to call up and say, "Did you get those ginger snaps I sent you?" And come through on somebody's. So okay, what do we do? Hang on. On the plane, right? Okay. All right. And so I think that you guys will enjoy the show. I really do. And I'd like you to kind of keep the ball rolling and see if we can't make this kind of a thing in the next little while. Okay. Thanks for coming, and hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.
There was no doubt whatever about that.
The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner.
But Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was more than good enough.
Old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
And I don't mean to say that I know of my own knowledge what there is particularly dead about a doornail.
Or to what degree that makes it the deadest piece of ironmongery.
But, if you might therefore permit us to repeat emphatically,
Marley was as dead as a doornail. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same, how that in Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Scrooge knew Marley was dead. Of course he did. How could it be otherwise?
Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years.
Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, and his sole friend.
And his sole mourner.
Scrooge had not yet painted out Old Marley's name from the front sign.
There it stood for years afterward, above the warehouse door.
Scrooge and Marley.
Some people new to the business called him Scrooge, and some called him Marley.
But he answered the book. It was all the same to him.
Oh, but it's a tight little can of the grindstone, squeezing relative, grasping stone, clutching hoses all in soup.
As hard and sharp as flint.
So very secretive.
So very self-contained.
Solitary as a tight oyster.
The cold within him shriveled his nose, pinched his cheek, made his eyes red, his thin lips blue, and spoke out shrewdly in his grating voice. Nobody ever stopped him in the street to say, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?"
No children ever asked him what it was o'clock.
No man or woman in all his life ever asked him the way to such and such a place.
No beggars asked him to bestow a trifle. But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked.
To edge his way along the crowded paths of life, wanting all human sympathy to keep its distance.
Once upon a time.
Of all the good days of the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge sat busy in his counting house.
And what, Mr. Cratchit, might you possibly be doing?
Well, sir, I had just imagined that since it is such a dark day and the fog is so cold and bitter, I might put a piece of coal in the stove near my writing desk. A small piece?
Mr. Cratchit,
Yes, sir, Mr. Scrooge.
are you quite aware of the current price of coal?
Yes, sir. I put out the order on the 1st of the month, sir.
And when, Mr. Cratchit, do we receive the coal for this office?
The 5th of the month, sir.
Hence, do you recall placing the daily allotment in the stove this morning?
Of course, sir. Yes, sir.
And are you aware of the current date, Mr. Cratchit?
The 24th of December, sir.
Then that will have to do, will it not?
Yes, sir.
Unless you wish me to be a wastrel with hard-won wages?
No, sir, of course not. I'm sorry, sir.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in.
Quite enough of that arduous deed, nephew.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Bah! Humbug.
Oh, Christmas, a humbug. I am sure you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're plenty rich enough.
It's all this stuff and nonsense that puts me in such ill humor, as I'm sure Mr. Cratchit can attest. Is that not the case, Cratchit?
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be, Frederick, when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you but a time for paying bills without money?
But the season of Christmas, Uncle.
If I could work my will, every idiot who goes around with Merry Christmas on his lips would be boiled in his own pudding and stabbed with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle!
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way, and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good it may do you. Much good it has ever done you.
There are many good things of which I have not profited that have done me good. Dare I say, Christmas among them. I am sure I have always thought of Christmas as a good time. A charitable, pleasant, forgiving time.
Bah!
Yes, sir, it is the one time a year where men and women, by one consent, seem to open their shut-up hearts freely and look at the people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave.
Bah!
And though that has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket. I say it has done me good and will do me good, and I say God bless it.
I'd rather sound out of you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation.
Apologies, sir.
Well then, nephew, you're quite the powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come dine with us tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I'll see you first in...
Mr. Scrooge, please.
Humbug.
But why, so why?
Why? Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love.
Perhaps, Uncle, if you had never known love.
Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, but you never used that as a reason for not coming before. Why use it as a reason now?
Good afternoon.
I ask nothing of you. I want nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
It pains my heart to find you so resolute. We have never had a quarrel to which I've ever been a party. But I come here year after year, as always, as an homage to the season. And I shall keep my good Christmas too much to last, so I say, a Merry Christmas to you, Uncle.
Good afternoon!
And a Happy New Year.
Bah! Humbug! Over to you this instant!
Oh, and a Merry Christmas to you, Master Cratchit.
Thank you, sir. A Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year.
Oh, you too, Master Cratchit. If a Happy New Year is possible this time of year.
There's another one. My clerk. 15 shillings a week. A wife and a family. Going on about Merry Christmas. I'll retire to the lunatic asylum at Bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe, is it? Do I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. Yes, 7 years ago this very night.
Oh, it pains me to hear it, sir.
We greatly lament your loss.
However, we have no doubt his liberality is well represented in his surviving partner.
His liberality.
I am Miss Patricia Fraser. This is my dear, sweet orphan niece, Miss Adelaide Fraser. And at this festive season of year, usually it's desirable we should make some small provision for the poor and destitute. Suffer greatly at the present time.
Many thousands are in need of basic necessities, sir.
And many more thousands still in need of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Why, yes, sir.
The union workhouses. They are in operation still?
They are still.
The gleaners. The treadmills. The indigent mines. All in full vigor then.
All very busy, sir.
I wish we could say they were not.
Oh, I was afraid from what you said at first that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course. I am very glad to hear it.
Mr. Scrooge, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. So what should we put you down for?
Nothing.
Of course, sir. You wish to be anonymous.
I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments I have mentioned. Those who are badly off must go there.
But
many can't go there.
And many would rather die.
Well then, if they would rather die, they better do it and decrease the surplus population. It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere in other people's business. Mine occupies me constantly, if you'd allow it. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
You there! Yes, you dirty little miscreants. Cease that racket this instant, or I shall strike you smartly and soundly, and you won't soon forget it!
Save us all from Satan's power, we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Comfort and
You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I were to dock you have a crown, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It is but once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And Mary, I shall be here sharp upon the hour.
Let us hope, Mr. Cratchit. Let us hope.
Rest our Heavenly Father, let nothing you dismay. For Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within his place. And with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all other doth face. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
I dare say.
Ebenezer!
Jacob? Jacob Marley? It's humbug still. I shan't believe it. I know you.
Ebenezer!
How now? Are you a ghost then?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
What do you want with me?
Much, Ebenezer, much.
Is it you, or is it not?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you at least sit down, Jacob?
I cannot.
Sit down, Jacob, please.
I cannot. I must endlessly wander the earth until I have made right what I've done.
Bah! Humbug!
You don't believe in me?
I do not.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because the littlest thing affects them. Why, a slight disorder of the stomach can cloud the mind. You might be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. Oh, there's more gravy than a grave about you. Whatever you are. Merciful, mercy, dreadful apparition. Why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do, sir, I must. But why do you wander, and why do you come to me?
It is required of every man that he walk abroad among his fellow men, giving aid where needed, giving care where necessary. And if that spirit fails to do so in life, it is condemned to do so after death. Oh!
Mercy, Jacob, mercy.
Oh.
You are fettered. Tell me why, spirit.
I wear the chains I forged in life. I made them link by link, yard by yard. I girded them upon my own free will. Is its pattern strange to you?
Evermore strange. And even stranger.
You cannot yet see the fetters in which you are bound. Would you care to know the weight and the length of the strong coils which you bear? It is a ponderous chain.
I see nothing, spirit.
It is plain for me to see, Ebenezer, since I have passed over.
Jacob. Jacob Marley. Tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give, Ebenezer. Not but a little time is all that I am permitted. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. Oh, captive bound in double irons, such am I, oh, such am I.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, all my business.
Is there nothing to be done?
Hear me. My time is nearly gone.
I will. But don't be hard upon me. Pray, don't be subtle, Jacob.
I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my fate, Ebenezer.
Oh, you were always a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank ye.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and the hope that you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
Jacob, my partner, my friend. All told, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot shun the path which I have tread. Expect the first one when the bell tolls 1.
Can't I take them all at once and have it over with?
Expect the second at the hour of 2.
2 of the clock? But I must arrive so early, Jacob, so early.
However, the third will arrive at whatsoever time it listeth.
Jacob, dear Jacob, is there no other course?
Look to see me no more, and look to remember what has passed between us. Oh!
It was a dream, oh benevolent fortune. Sufficient warning against midnight comestibles, I dare say. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who? And what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
What business brings you here?
Your welfare.
My welfare? I cannot help but thinking that a night of unbroken rest would be more conducive to my welfare.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed. Rise and walk with me.
Good heavens! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
And what is that upon your cheek? You recollect this place.
Remember it? I would know it blindfolded. Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Seamus Taylor! Ho there! Simon! Albert! Howard Wilkinson, what say you?
These are but shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness loss. Yet, the school is not quite deserted. A solitary boy, neglected by his family, is left there still.
I know it. Gulliver's Travels! I'll be hornswoggled! It's Gulliver's Travels! As a boy, I could never resist the opportunities to read that masterpiece. Jonathan Swift, you know. Oh well, it's much too late now.
What is the matter?
Nothing. No, nothing, only there was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should like to have given him something, that is all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Sailing in on Christmas Day, I saw the ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day, and what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning? Oh dear, dear brother.
Little Fan, it is such a blessing to see your sweet face.
Oh my dear Ebenezer, I have something quite important to tell you.
What is it then?
I don't know if I'm able. It's so unbearably good.
Fan, pray tell. I must know.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother. Home, home, home.
Home?
Yes, oh yes. Home for good and home forever and ever.
You've come to take me home?
Father is so much kinder than he speaks. That home is like heaven. And he spoke so gently to me one night when I was going to bed. I was not afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said, yes, you should. And then he sent me in a coach to bring you. And you're to be a man and never come back here. But first we're to be together all Christmas long and have the most merriest time in all the world. I saw the ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day.
You are quite a woman, little Fan.
I saw the ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
That she did. You're right, Spirit. I'll not deny it.
She died a woman and had, as I think, children.
One child?
Your nephew.
Yes, Fred.
Do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. It's old Fezziwig! Bless his heart! It's Fezziwig alive again!
Yo-ho there, Ebenezer! Richard! Put down those quills this minute! Ben! Rick!
Richard Wilkins. There he is. Bless me, yes, to be sure. He was quite attached to me, you know. Poor Rick. His passing was far too soon.
school, my boys. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve. Rook. Ben. It's Christmas, I say. Let us have this floor cleared before a man can say, Jack Robinson.
So, Ebenezer.
Yes, Master Richard.
And
Rick? You seem quite distracted as of late, I must say.
oh, really? Quite noticeable, is it?
Oh yes, Master Richard. Oh yes.
Do you think Belle will be here tonight?
Well, I certainly hope so.
Who else do you think will be here tonight?
I just couldn't say, Rick. I just couldn't say.
You couldn't possibly be curious about my sister Fan, could you?
Oh, is she coming tonight?
I just couldn't say, Rick. You know, I just couldn't say.
Ebenezer Scrooge, you black-hearted old codger, I'll break your nose and blacken both your eyes. Is Fan coming tonight or not?
Yes, yes. And she asked about you.
What did she ask? What did she want to know?
Now, you know I'm never one to share a secret, but she gave me this to give to you. A bit old-fashioned, I'll say.
Hilly-ho! Let us clear away and make lots of room here. Hilly-ho, Rick! Cheer up, Ebenezer! Well done, boys, well done. Let us begin well, my friends. This is my helpmeet, my dance partner, and my co-conspirator lo these many years, Mrs. Evelyn Felicia Smith Fezziwig.
Husband, pray, not that many years, I'll warrant.
All the years have passed, unnoticed in peace and love, Pumpkin. Wedded bliss, I tell you. And I tell you, all in all, nothing but benevolent, wedded bliss.
Oh, yes, my love. Nothing but pleasant passage thus far. And yet, in your advanced age, you were fixed upon asking my father for my hand, while still I was showing my youthful blush.
Oh, no, my dear. It was my understanding that you were in danger of becoming an old maid.
I am not so long in the tooth. Nor near to the grave is you, my dear.
I'll warrant that you enjoyed great fortune when you won my heart.
Quite so. The prospect of becoming a happy, young widow. Oh, in all soberness and candor, we are over the moon with gratitude to be in the company of such good friends this evening. Such good people, in good health and good spirits.
And we are eager to share what the Almighty has seen fit to bestow upon us, and obliged to you for helping to make it thus.
Hence, in the spirit of the season, please join us in singing our favorite carol from the county of Wessex, which reflects the sentiment we have come to embrace.
And please forgive my caterwaul.
Oh, no, dear! You won't be singing with us tonight! We can't have it ruined in their ears forever! Just the first verse.
Oh, Mummy, why not all three verses? It wouldn't be a proper Christmas without all of them. And Papa must sing. Oh, yes, most definitely he must. Quietly, though. Father, please.
And if you know it, please feel free to join in.
Good people, all this Christmas
Messiah born. Near Bethlehem did shepherds keep their flocks of lambs and feeding sheep, to whom God's angels did appear, which would the shepherds in great fear prepare and go. The angel said, to Bethlehem, be not afraid, for there you'll find this happy morn, a princely babe, sweet Jesus born. Belle, Van, you look wonderful.
With thankful heart and joyful mind, the shepherds went the babe to find. And as God's angel had foretold, they did our Savior Christ behold. Within a manger he was laid, and by his side a virgin maid, attending to the Lord of light, who came on earth to end all strife.
Let us begin dancing the Brighton two-step.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don me down our gay apparel, la 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 la. Sing the Yuletide carol, la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, la 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 la. Down the hill at Yuletide church, la 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 la.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why is it not? He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. It isn't that. He had the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Why, the happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
Then what is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quickly.
Belle, my dear,
What imminent and perilous situation has made you so late on this day?
a business matter required my immediate attention.
A business matter? Oh my! And this business matter, as always, has kept you away from me.
Belle, please, if you would allow me to explain and to apologize, I would be
Oh my! How refreshing! And this explanation, this apology, how will it be different from all other explanations and apologies? Pen. You've been away from me for a long time now. It is always a business matter that keeps you away.
And what, pray tell, has displaced you so?
A golden idol, Ebenezer. A golden idol has displaced me.
This idol, as you call it, is immunity from the harsh dealings of this world. There is nothing on which it is so hard as poverty, and nothing which it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into that of being untouched by the demands of this life. All your other dreams submit to this obsession. I've watched your noble aspirations fall off one by one. Your other hopes, your other goals, as the master passion, gain, gold, wealth. It engrosses you, Ben.
What then? Is my ambition so despicable? Even if I have grown so much more focused and clever, what then? I am not changed towards you. I am not. Not a bit.
Ben, our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until we could improve our worldly fortune. Yet, you are now quite changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
And it is quite apparent by your own feelings that you are not what you were. I am. That bond which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I cannot say. It is enough. And I release you.
Patience! Belle, have I ever sought release?
In words, no, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in a different kind of hope, in everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. Tell me, if this contract had never been between us, would you seek me out and try to win me now? You would not, Ben. You would not.
I think not.
I would gladly think otherwise if I could, heaven knows. But if you were free, today, tomorrow, yesterday, can even I believe that you would choose a poor dowerless girl? Or if for a moment you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so, the epic pursuit of riches, I know your regret would surely follow. I do know it. I know it far too well. And I release you, with a full heart for the love of whom you once were. You may have pain in this for a brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly as an unprofitable dream for which it happened well that you awoke. May you be happy in the life you have chosen, Ebenezer. May you find great comfort in your lone pursuit, Ebenezer Scrooge!
Show me no more! Why? Take me back! Conduct me home! Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more! No more! I don't wish to see it! Show me no more!
Oh, Mummy, these sweets are so lovely. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my dearest.
Remove me from this place!
I told you these were shadows of the things that have been. That they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me! I cannot bear it! Leave me! Take me back!
Remember, Ebenezer.
Haunt me no longer!
Remember.
Good
Are you quite finished, my puppet? Come here, you slithery little weasel. You decrepit old badger. Step forth. Look upon me. I am the ghost of Christmas present. I say, you have never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
You mean you have never walked with any of my elder brothers or sisters born in previous years?
No, I don't think that I have. I'm afraid I have not. Have you many brothers and sisters, Spirit?
Oh, more than 1,800, man. Hailing back to a night of overwhelming starlight. A night more bright and powerful that shall never diminish nor cool.
A tremendous family to provide for.
Blind as a mole. Will you never see the light that surrounds you at every point and every moment?
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I began this course by compulsion, and yet I have learnt lessons that are working within me now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe.
Spirit, I wonder that you, of all the many beings in the world around us, should seek to extinguish these people's hope of a guiltless pleasure.
I?
That you would seek to deprive them of their foods on the seventh day, to have them fast through some few hours of leisure and familiar comfort.
I seek to deprive them?
Forgive me if I am wrong, but it has been done in your name.
There are those upon this earth of yours who claim to know us, the ethereal spirits of this world, whose only hope is to bring light to this ever-widening darkness.
I've upset you, Spirit. Spare me your wrath.
Those who do their deeds of passion, pride, ill will, hatred, envy, bigotry, and selfishness in our name, who are as strange to us and all our kith and kin as if they had never lived.
I suppose I was mistaken, Spirit. Ma'am.
Remember that, man, and charge their doings upon them and not upon us.
That I shall promise, Ghost.
Not now, not now. Go, go, shoo, shoo. Come on.
The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. The rising of the sun, and the running of the deer, the playing of merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a lily, as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to dear sweet Savior. The holly bears a berry, as red as any blood.
Smell of our turkey, I told you. I told you, Nigel. You smelled it all the way from the sweet shop.
Portia, Nigel, you two need to quiet down and wash up.
Were you two at the back of the sweet shop begging for licorice?
Oh, no, Belinda. No, we were not. The smell. Oh, no, Belinda. No. We would never beg at the back door of the sweet shop for licorice. For licorice? No, Portia, no. We would never beg at the back door of the sweet shop for anything.
Then why do you smell like peppermint?
We weren't begging, Belinda. We were asking. Right, I too. We were asking for peppermint.
Then why do you smell like licorice?
Well, Mr. Erickson's asked me if I wanted peppermint, and I said no, that I wanted licorice. Because it's Christmas, he said. It's even Christmas in Sweden. Didn't you know that?
What have I told you both about begging Mr. Erickson for sweets? And about bearing false witness?
I should send you both to your beds for the rest of the day and close the door.
On Christmas, Mother! Not on Christmas, Mom, please. Please, not on Christmas Day!
Well, it is Christmas. But I could change my mind at any turn, so you better mind your mum. Now run along and fetch Peter, have him bring in that goose. Your father must be almost here by the clock.
And Tim.
Hurry on now. Oh, Peter, do be careful. Right here, right here. Careful.
Oh, Peter, that was so very, very good.
Mummy made it.
But I couldn't have got it on the table without your help, Peter, or even prepared it without your help, Belinda. Although I'm curious as an oyster, whatever's got your precious father then?
And Tim and Martha were nearly done.
Yes, where is Martha? She went as late last Christmas by half an hour.
Here's Martha, Mother.
Here's Martha, Mummy.
Why, bless your heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
Oh, well, we had a deal of work to finish up last night at the shop and had to clear away this morning.
No matter, so long as you are come.
At the last.
Merry Christmas to you, my dear sister. I knew I could depend on you.
Merry, merry, evermore merry, dearie.
Sit you down, have a warm cuppa. Lord bless you, where were we?
Holly bears a berry, as red as any blood, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be your sinners good. The holly bears a bright bow, as sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on early Christmas morn.
Is Father coming?
Evening, my dears. Good evening. Come on, look who I brought. Come on, Tim. Take your seat. Oh, Martha, I'm so glad to see a lovely face on this lovely day.
Father, you have soot on your forehead.
Oh, you'll make such a wonderful wife and mother, my dear.
Or a very, very lucky suitor.
Oh, look. She's blushing. You are as flushed as a country bee.
You have news. Tell us.
No. Let us not even whisper of it. Might break the charm. I will only say that it might be a very happy new year for myself and for all of us.
Oh, and you're so deserving, my dear. So deserving.
Are you feeling well enough?
Well, it has been a very busy season, and I mean to lie in bed tomorrow for a good long rest.
Good for you.
Well, you little toads, come listen to the pudding singing in the cupboard.
The pudding? Yes, sir, Mr. Peter.
Run along.
Come on, Angel.
Okay, let's go, Nigel.
So, how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold. And better. He gets somehow very thoughtful, sitting by himself so much and thinking the strangest things you've ever heard. Coming home, he said he hoped that the people saw him at the church because he was a cripple. And it might be pleasant unto them to remember upon Christmas Day who made the lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Oh, my tiny little boy. And my good husband. Happy day to you.
And countless more, my love, countless more.
Oh, Robert, the children. Time for Christmas dinner then.
Thank you. Oh, Mary, there never was such a goose.
Hurrah, what a feast.
Thank you all. Thank you, Mary.
The holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to redeem us all.
Wonderful pudding, my dear, wonderful. I suppose I should change some first.
There you go.
Thank you. I regard this the greatest success achieved by Mother Cratchit since our marriage.
Oh, you! What do you call all these children of yours that I've brought up and bred right?
Of course. My dear, you're right. There's no comparison. Children, this pudding is far better than all of you together.
At least I've the weight of all that off my mind.
Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat by the fireplace, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh no. Oh, good Spirit, tell me he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my kin shall find him there.
Can nothing be done?
What then? If he be likely to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Man, will you decide what men shall live and what men shall die? It may be under the sight of heaven that you are more worthless and less fit to live than that poor man's child.
And to Mr. Scrooge. Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Oh, founder of the feast, indeed. I wish he were here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I'm sure he'd have a good appetite for it.
But, Mary, the children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, upon which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge.
And ugly and ill-tempered. And he smells of old cabbage.
Dear children.
And he lurks around in that dark, old, enormous building like an ogre, scaring off dogs and children.
Belinda!
You know he is all of that, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
Mary, Christmas Day.
Well, I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. I'm certain he'll be very merry and very happy and generous and chipper, I've no doubt.
May God bless us, everyone, even smelly old Mr. Scrooge.
I'll cheer to that.
You're gonna do that too. Can we sing Will We Will Way now?
Oh, Tim, that's such a melancholy tune.
It's far too sad, Tim. It's not sad, it's true. It was real, Mom, wasn't it?
Yes, son, it was.
But Tim, there's so many other happier carols for Christmas.
But it is happy. Isn't it happy that baby Jesus went to Egypt and escaped the evil King Herod?
Tim is the youngest, so he should get to pick the first song. Go ahead, Tim.
We should sing this song, of course. You start us, Tim.
Will we lay down little tiny child? Bye bye, will we lay the little tiny child? Bye bye, will we lay. Oh, sisters, too, how may we do to preserve this day? These poor younglings, for whom
sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Man.
Oh, you called Christmas a humbug! As I live, you believed it too! Here's a comical old fellow. That's the truth. However, as unpleasant as he might be, I have nothing to say against him. His offenses carry their own consequence.
Well, I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? He don't do any good with it. He don't bless anyone with it. He don't make himself comfortable with it. He don't even have the satisfaction of thinking that he is going to benefit us with it.
Well, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. Oh, I feel sorry for him. Who suffers from his ill whims every year? Himself always. He takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence?
Well, I think he loses a very good dinner, if I must say it myself.
Why, I very much agree, my darling. It was wonderful. Spot on. What do you say, Topper?
Oh, please, Fred, don't ask me. A bachelor is a wretched outcast who has no right to express an opinion on the subject.
Oh, come now, Topper. You are a man of the world.
And because I know not where I'll be from one day to the next, I am a beggar who might starve without the compassion and generosity of good people like you.
Oh, spare us your theatrics. What did you think?
Fortunately, although I'm no connoisseur, I loved every last morsel.
Well, I'm very grateful and appreciative. Thank you, Topper.
Do go on, Fred.
He never finishes what he needs to say. You are a ridiculous fellow, my darling.
I'm made ridiculous by my love for you.
Oh, no! You shall not distract me with your flattering words. Do go on.
I cannot continue without a peck upon the lips.
Continue.
I was only going to say that his dislike to us and not making merry with us is that he loses out on a few pleasant moments that could do him no harm. I mean to give him the chance every year whether he likes it or not.
Seems like a disagreeable fellow.
I pity him. He may rail at Christmas until he dies, but I defy him. If he finds me coming to him year after year and saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? Please have some of our tremendous dinner. He might at least give his poor clerk an extra 50 quid per year. I think I shook him yesterday.
Well, you should shake him. Like a chicken you're preparing for supper.
Oh. All this talk of my uncle puts me in a melancholy humor. Mona, my dear, please sing me my mom's favorite Christmas song. That should lift her spirits somewhat.
Dear Mother Pan, of course, my dear.
Ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning?
The Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. The Savior Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day in the morning. Whither sailed the ships, all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And whither sailed the ships, all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning? And oh, they sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day,
on Christmas Day. Oh, they sailed to Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells of earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells of earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning.
My time is much spent.
But Spirit, they're just starting the carols.
We cannot wait.
Please, just until the end of the song.
And let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Let us all rejoice, amen, on Christmas Day in the morning. All the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Thank you very much, my dear. That was wonderful. Unfortunately, all this talk of my uncle puts me in another melancholy humor. My uncle is ill-tempered, and he should be here to celebrate on this day with his kith and kin.
He has given us plenty of devotion and merriment, I'm sure.
And it would be ungrateful not to drink his health.
Well then, let us take this mulled wine at hand, and I say to Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge!
Merry Christmas to him and a Happy New Year to him. Whatever he is, he wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge.
May he feel the joy of the season in spite of his spiteful self.
Hear, hear!
Spirit, these children who pester you so.
Oh, silence, man. Touch my robe, and I shall bear you safely, and you shall see.
What place is this?
A place where miners dwell, who labor in the bellies of the earth. But they know me. See? See those who work the waters of the waves? See them?
Spirit, forgive me if I am not justified in what I ask, but these children who, with ever increasing demands.
Oh, look here, man, look here.
Are they yours, Spirit?
They are man's, and they cling to me and whomever else they are able to see and touch. This child is want, this child is ignorance. Beware them both, for they are outraged that mankind may never own them, but desperate in hoping they someday might. They will never find comfort nor consolation until the end of time. Deny it, mankind! Deny it with your slanderous tongues, for you are they who have created want and allowed ignorance to grow. Will you never give them relief until you have manufactured your own doom?
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Spirit, will you never forgive my guilt or forget my shame?
It is not mine to forgive nor to forget, only as 'twere to hold a mirror to mankind, showing them their true form.
Spirit, can aught be done?
My time is much spent, and yet, perhaps, God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
I shut it, you mad brain Grimsby's full of spleen, that's enough of that.
Shut it, beetle-headed Matthew!
Look here, man, be strong, man, but be wise.
about to show me the shadows of the things that have not been, but will be in the time before us. Is that so? Is that not so? Spirit, have you eyes? Ghost of the future, of Christmas yet to come. I fear you more than any spectre I have yet seen. And yet your purpose is to do me good, is it not? And as I hope to live to be a different man than what I was, I am prepared to bear your company, and do so with a grateful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on then. The night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me, I know. Pray, lead on.
No, I haven't heard either way. All I know is that he's dead. When did he die? Last night, I believe.
Why, what was the matter with him?
Who knows?
Honestly, I thought he'd never die.
And what has he done with his money? I haven't heard. Perhaps he left it to his company. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know. It's likely to be a very cheap funeral. For the life of me, I can't think of anyone to attend it. A shame. Suppose we form a party and volunteer.
I don't mind going if lunch is provided, but if we put one together, I must be fed.
I feel I am the most disinterested, but if the two of you are going, I suppose I shall as well. We can drink our fill of mulled port afterwards at Boar's Head.
Hear, hear.
I say, I can't help but think I may have been his most particular friend. We used to stop and speak whenever we met. I must say, a flagon of mulled port does not sound amiss at this very moment. Or two.
Have you sampled their hot butter rum? Precious.
My mouth waters at the very thought. We must be off.
So is it you? Both of you.
You and myself right here and now then.
I knew I would be seeing you all this day, but not all at the same hour.
I'm right here, Joe. Let the tall woman be the first, let the laundress be the second, and let the undertaker's man be the third. Look here, old girl, we've all met, the three of us, without meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. I pray thee, come into the parlor. We're all well suited. We're all well matched. Come into the parlor.
What odds then? What odds? Of course, I say every person hereabouts has the right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That's true indeed. No man more so.
Why then don't stand staring as if you was afraid, woman? Who's the wiser?
We're not going to pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose.
No point to it, is there?
Sense fighting between ourselves.
Very well then, that's enough. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these?
Well, he doesn't need to take it with him. Not where he's going.
Oh, if he wanted to keep it after he was dead, the wicked old screw, then why wasn't he a more good and natural man in his lifetime? If he had been, he would have had somebody with him when he was struck with death, instead of lying there gasping out his last breath there, alone by himself.
It's the truest word e'er spoke. It's a judgment on him.
I wish it was a little heavier judgment, and it should have been, you can depend upon it. If I could have laid my hands on anything else, I would have right off.
Emptied out his ulcers and grew right on those lovely silken pillows.
Joe, open my bundle. Speak out plain. Tell me the value of it. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to see it.
We knew pretty well that we were helping ourselves before we met here. It ain't no sin.
Well, then open my bundle, Joe.
Hang on. I still got to get back to work. The consumption's acting up this time of year, and it's a bugger to get behind.
Very nice then. And I wouldn't give another penny if I were to be boiled alive for not doing so. Who's next? Very nice. You know, I always give too much to my friends. It's a road to ruin if you ask me. Here's your account. And don't ask me for another penny, or I'll repent myself of being so liberal and knock off half a crown. Carry on.
And now, mercy's sake, Joe, open my bundle.
What do you have here, Missy? Bed curtains?
I have bed curtains, Mum.
You don't mean to say you took them down, rings and all, with him just lying there?
Yep, surely right. And why not?
You were born to make your fortune, and none dare say nay. Wait, I hope you didn't die of anything catching.
Don't be afraid of that. Want nothing but his breath, that taken his old bones and his breath and what he died from. That white shirt, you're gonna look at it till your eyes ache, and you won't find a hole in it. It's the best he had. They would have wasted it if it hadn't been for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Why, putting him in it to be buried in, for sure.
Spirit, I see. The case of that unhappy man might be my own. Merciful heavens! What is that? Who was that man? This bedroom, does it seem too dreadfully familiar? How simple it would seem to lift a sheet, and I long to do it. but I cannot. Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not forget its lessons. I understand you. I understand you. And I would do it if I could. But I have not the power. Spirit, I have not the power. Spirit, show me some tenderness connected with the death.
At the same time came disciples unto Jesus, saying, Who is greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So it hurts my eyes. So, Peter,
Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me.
Did you see your father on the way?
Oh, no. But we were coming from the shop.
It must be near his time to be home, isn't it?
Well past.
Are you enjoying the millinery shop, Belinda?
What's to enjoy? Stitching together a load of frilly nonsense so that frilly women can come along and purchase something with cock feathers that might wake the snoring husband from beside the fire and notice them.
Belinda, please.
I told you how it would be, and went to great lengths to secure you that position.
And we are grateful, Martha, for the additional support brought into this family. Aren't we, Belinda?
Yes, Mum. Thank you, Martha.
You're quite welcome, Belinda. You'll get used to it right off.
And thank Mr. Glickman, too.
We can't keep fighting like this.
No, especially not today.
We won't, Mother.
Whenever your father returns.
Do you think he's been beaten or robbed?
Beaten and robbed? Portia, whatever put these ideas into your head?
Nobody would rob Dad. Everybody likes him too much.
Besides, he would probably give them whatever they wanted before they even asked.
And then invite them for Christmas dinner.
It's true.
Although, I do think he's walked a little slower than he used to these last few evenings, Mother.
Although I've seen him walk very fast indeed with Tiny Tim on his shoulder.
So have I, often, charging on like a fox hunt.
As a father was a great galloping horse.
A great galloping horse. Born Tim was flying like a little sparrow.
Although, he was very light to carry, wasn't he?
Good evening, my dears. Thank you. I went to see it today. It would have done you good to see it. Would have done you good to see how green a place it is. But you shall see it often. I promised him we would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My tiny little child.
Sorry, Dad. I feel like such a child.
Your tender feelings do you credit, Peter. Do not be ashamed of those, my boy. Well, then, Pia, I'm pleased to say I saw Scrooge's nephew, Fred, just right on the avenue. And do you know, he gave me his personal card and told me you could come to see him as soon as is feasible.
Why, sir?
To see if I might have a legitimate, desirable working situation for you. Isn't that quite wonderful? I have seen Fred so rarely, no more perhaps than once a year. And he said to me, Master Bob Cratchit, you look a little down, you know. So I did tell him of our current circumstance, and he said he was heartily sorry for it. And that he was heartily sorry for my good wife.
How did he know that Mummy's a good wife?
Everybody knows that.
Very well observed, my boy.
They should call you Good Wife Cratchit.
Heartily sorry, he said. Heartily sorry for your good wife. And if I can be of service to you in any way, he said, giving me his card, that's where I live. Pray come to me.
Oh, my dear, he's a good soul.
No, it wasn't for the sake of anything of note that he might be able to do for us, so much as for his kind way. It seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim, and he felt the same along with us.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
And you would be sure of it if you saw and spoke to him, my dear. And I should not be at all surprised if he got Peter a very legitimate situation.
Only hear that, Peter.
And you think he might have a situation for me as well, do you think?
Belinda.
And for Martha too, of course.
Thank you so much for thinking of my welfare, dear sister. And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and sending up a
Get along with you.
It's just as likely as not, one of these days, Pia, there will be a young woman.
There's plenty of time for that. Don't go making me a grandmother so soon, Robert.
But, however, and whenever we part from one another, I'm sure we shall none of us forget, shall we?
No.
We could not.
And I know, as we recollect, how patient and how mild he was, although he was a little child. And we shall not easily quarrel among ourselves and forget our little brother in doing it.
No doubt.
I'm very happy. My sweet, my dear. I'm happy for us in our little family.
Not that little. I'd say we're a pretty good sized crew, wouldn't you?
Spectre, something tells me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how I know it. Who was that man? Before I go near that headstone, answer me one question. Answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or shadows of the things that may be only? Men's lives will foreshadow certain ends to which they must lead if they persevere in that course. But if the life's course be changed, the ends be changed. Say it is thus. Please, say it is thus with me. Am I the man upon the bed? No! No, 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 no! Spirit, no! Oh no! Children, spirit, hear me please. I'm not the man I was. I am not the man I would have been if not for your instruction here this night. Why show me these things if I am past all hope? Why? Good Spirit, children, I feel your nature intercedes for me and pities me. Tell me that I might change the shadows of the things that you have shown me by an altered life. I will keep Christmas in my heart, and I will try to live it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three will strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons they have taught. Please, tell me that I might live to see another blessed Christmas. I will, you know. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. All three will strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, merciful heaven, at Christmas time be praised for this. Oh, I say it right from my heart. Oh, Jacob, right from my heart. The shadows of the things that will be, they may be dispelled. Oh, they will be. I know they will be. I don't know what to do. I'm light as a feather. I'm as giddy as a schoolboy. I'm as happy as a drunken sailor man. Merry Christmas to everybody! Happy New Year to all the world! I don't think I know what day of the month it is. To tell the truth, how long was I amongst the spirits? Seems like years. To tell the truth, I don't know anything. Don't know anything at all. I'm just like a baby. Quite a baby in so many ways. Oh, never mind, never mind. I'd rather be a baby and start from right here and right now. Hello there. Hello. You there. Yes, you! Wait, what day is it? Yes. My fine fellow, what's today? Christmas Day. I haven't missed it by all that is blessed. The spirits, they've already gone and done it all. Of course they can do anything they like. Of course they can. My fine fellow, are you aware of the poultry butcher on the next road over? Oh, remarkable boy. An incredible boy. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey? The one that was hanging there. The big one. Oh, a delightful boy. It's a pleasure to talk to you, my dear boy. Is it? go and buy it. No, 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 no. I am in earnest. Go and have them bring it here, that I might buy it myself, and give them the directions where to take it. Hence, if you are back with the man and the bird, I shall give you a shilling. Come back in 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown off you now. Oh, my dear ladies, how do you do?
Mr. Scrooge, is it? From Scrooge and Marley's?
I do hope that you were successful yesterday in making provisions for those in need. It was very kind of you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Would you please call me Ebenezer?
It's rather informal, don't you think?
It would give me great cheer and comfort if you would.
From Scrooge and Marley's? And you are Scrooge, correct?
That's my name, Mum. And I fear that it might not be pleasant to you. And so, I would like to ask your pardon. And, would you please, call me Ebenezer?
Ebenezer, then.
Now, would you do me this goodness?
Lord bless me!
Are you quite serious, Mr. Scrooge?
Oh, if you please, not a farthing less. There are a great many back payments in it, I assure you. Now, will you do me that favor?
Oh, yes, sir, we will, and we'll be all frugal and generous all at once.
Lord bless me, what shall we do with such munificence?
Don't do anything right now. Don't say anything at all. Would you please call me Ebenezer?
But of course, Ebenezer.
Now pray, tell me, will you accept it?
Why, yes, of course, we certainly will.
Oh, thank you both. I am much obliged to ye. Oh, I thank you 50 times.
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
And Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Ebenezer, and a Happy New Year!
Mrs. Dilbert, isn't it?
Oh,
You do my bedding.
oh, no, sir. Is something wrong?
No, no, no. Everything's been just fine.
Have I made a grave mistake, sir?
Oh, no, Mum. Everything's been truly fine. I say, here. These do not serve me at present. Might you have some use for them?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. I certainly can. Is it too much to part with?
No. Oh, no, not at all. You can take it all with you, I suppose.
Oh, no, sir.
Happy day to you. Now, is my nephew at home?
Nephew? Master Frederick? And you are?
I am his Uncle Ebenezer.
I've not seen you here before.
And that is something that I would like to change starting today. Now, whithersoever is Master Frederick?
Oh, come sit. I'll go find the master and mistress.
Very well. My dear, you have a stunning smile. Your husband must find it rather fetching.
Oh, thank you, sir. I have to confess, he could do a lot better about wooing me.
Bless my soul, who's that?
It is I, your Uncle Ebenezer. I have come to dinner. Might I stay?
Of course, Uncle, of course you can stay.
Oh, thank you, Fred, thank you.
You are very welcome, Uncle. Of course you can stay. Oh, Uncle, this is my dear wife, Moira.
My dear Moira, what a lovely name.
Why, thank you, Uncle Scrooge.
Oh, would you please call me Uncle Ebenezer?
Yes, of course, Uncle Ebenezer. Did you know in the Bible that an Ebenezer is an altar built unto the Lord?
Yes, that was due to my mother's hopes for me. But she died actually on the day I was born. And my father, well, times were different then, weren't they? And a father had to be very strict and rather stern, didn't he?
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, it pains me to hear about your early life.
My dear Moira, you have a beautiful face and such kind eyes. Fred has my sister's eyes, and sometimes I have a hard time looking at him and seeing his mother in those eyes, and I don't become quite overwhelmed.
Dear Mother Fan, your sister.
I was wondering if I might ask a small favor.
Why, of course, anything.
I understand that you have a lovely singing voice.
Now, where would you have heard that?
Would you please sing part of the song I Saw Three Ships? It was one of my sister's favorites, and I have not been able to sing it or even hear it for many a year now. How old are you getting to be, nephew?
Old enough to notice, I dare say.
Hence for that many years since his birth. Would you,
How did you know this was mine?
please?
Saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day in the morning?
Bob! Robert! Cratchit!
Oh, Mr. Scrooge. We had such a long night.
Bob! You have to get up.
Oh, Mary, it is but once a year.
I tried to warn you, Robert. I kept saying to be cautious, and you kept saying that.
Could you please go and tell Mr. Scrooge I'm ill today?
If you don't get straight to the counting house, you'll have all year to stay home and think about it because you've been sacked by old Mr. Scrooge.
Oh, yes, Mr. Scrooge. You're quite right, my dear.
Careful, it didn't have time to cool.
Oh, ow.
Hurry, Robert.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
on with it then.
I must go to the office now. Oh.
Oh?
Cratchit! It's 18 past the hour! You might as well not even bother to show up for work today.
Oh no, Mr. Scrooge. No, I'm sorry, sir. I'm well behind my time, and I shall be ready forthwith.
Yes, you are well beyond the beginning of the work day, are you not?
It is but once a year, sir.
Yes, yes. I heard all that rubbish yesterday. Can't say I'm not quite surprised at you, Bob Cratchit.
It shall not be repeated. We were making rather merry yesterday.
Oh, no. It will not happen again. I will not put up with this sort of thing any longer.
Now you hold your tongue right there until I tell you a few things I'd like you to hear.
Mary, please.
Therefore, yes, therefore, I am about to give you the rest of the day off and raise your salary.
Sir?
A Merry Christmas to you, Bob, and to your delightful children.
Mr. Scrooge.
My dear Mrs. Cratchit, I have been remiss in my responsibilities to you and to your lovely family. And I would like to take this opportunity to apologize and promise to do better by you in the future. Although, you might want to hide that.
Yes.
At least until next year. And would you please call me Ebenezer, Mum?
Of course, Ebenezer.
But, Mr. Scrooge, it is me who is so tardy today, and you wish to apologize.
I very much owe you a merrier Christmas than I have ever given you, Bob. For many a year now, I'll raise your salary, and I shall endeavor to assist your family where needed. And we shall discuss your affairs this very day. Might I stay?
Please.
I have been to a shop owned by a Mr. Erickson. And he tells me that on a Christmas day, the children of today very much like a taste of peppermint.
Oh, yes, sir, Mrs. Scrooge. Lots of children of today like a taste of peppermint on a Christmas day.
And do you...
Oh, yes, sir, Mrs. Scrooge. Thank you, Mrs. Scrooge.
And wouldn't you like a smart piece of peppermint as well? How about a few pieces of licorice, then?
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Young man, you appear to be about the age to be seeking out a promising internship. Am I correct in that observation?
Yes, sir. The lads my age are starting out with the trades and apprenticeships.
How would you like to apprentice with your father? When I am dead and gone, which might not be too long now, my nephew will likely inherit my interests, and he will need a dedicated, honest, hard-working man like your father to manage them for him. And your father will need a clever boy like you to help him to do so. But I want you to examine all of your options. And if you're interested, come and see me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Young lady. My niece received education, theory, and analysis at the Girls' and Women's College of Northumbria. Now I know it is not in fashion for a woman to be a scholar. However, I think that you would thrive in that atmosphere, one filled with challenging ideas and emphatic debate. I say we have an application in by sundown. What say you?
Whatever I need to sign my name to, I most surely will.
And you, my dear, you must be Martha. It would seem to me that having your dad and your brother well versed in the areas of lending and finance, that you might want to invest, save, and budget, that one day you might open your own millinery shop, an endeavor to which I would be delighted to assist you. Now, I have some business to attend to with a Mr. Timothy Cratchit. Do you like stories of adventure, my boy?
Oh, yes, sir, very much so.
Are you familiar with this book? It has in it a story of a very small people who must be very clever.
As small as me?
Oh, the smaller, even smaller, and so much to overcome. I would like to give you this book, Tim. What do you think of that?
I think that's brilliant, Mr. Scrooge, but I can't read.
Yet.
Well then, I shall just have to come over and read it to you bit by bit then, won't I? And I shall endeavor to not smell of old cabbage whilst we are in close quarters. Now, Bob, I do believe that we are in the process of discussing your future in the Scrooge and Marley Institute of Lending, Finance and Reclamation. Now, what say we sample a mite of that gin there? What say you? I say, God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Scrooge was better than his word.
He did it all, and infinitely more.
And to Tiny Tim,
Who did not die.
he was a second father.
He became as a good friend.
As good as employer.
And as good a man as the good old city knew.
Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them.
For he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good, at which some people did not have their fill of laughter at the outset.
And knowing that such as these would be blind anyway, he thought it well enough to know that they should wrinkle up their eyes in grins and smirks.
His own heart laughed, and that was enough for him.
He had no further acquaintance with the spirits.
It was said of Scrooge that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge.
May that be truly said of all of us.
And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
May God bless us, everyone!
My friends, will you please join with us in singing a verse of Angels We Have Heard on High?
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis
tonight, we would like to invite you to join with us in thanking Mike, Terry, and Kaylee Robinson, if they would all please come to the stage and stand. I have not had the privilege of working with them before, as many have. And I asked Eli to step in with them as well. So to be able to watch them as they use their strengths, each one of them use their strengths to bless us and to teach us and to give us the opportunity to be able to put this together and have fun with it. So we as a cast would like to give a very, very token appreciation for them and all that they have done. And someone asked, 1 minute, all young kids get in front, pictures of cast for anyone that wants to.
Tall people in back, short people in front. Let's get going. Kiddos. Short people in front, tall people in back. Short. Mary. Short.
Oh, Mary?
Hey, Jackson's dead right here. I know.
Don't fall. Hey.
We're doing it.